Let's go to Amos, see if we can get out of this. Alright, we're going to Amos. Where you at, Amos? I just passed you, that's quick. Flip it. Let's see. I'm trying to hide from you. Alright, there we go. Amos. This is Amos. Let's go to Amos chapter 5, verse what I want. Amos chapter 5, verse 19. Right? Because this part of hellacious condition coming up on earth. It says, this Amos chapter 5, verse 19. As if a man did flee from a lion and a bear met him, or went into a house and leaned his hand on the wall and a serpent bit him. So, judgment gonna be everywhere, okay? Judgment gonna be everywhere. And when judgment everywhere on this earth, that's a hellacious condition, man. To where it will bring death. That's a hellacious condition. And the ultimate hellacious condition is thermonuclear destruction, the lake of fire. So that's gonna be all of America. Amos chapter 5, verse 19. See if we can get out of this. This is Amos chapter 5, verse 19, the New International Version. It will be as though a man fled from a lion only to meet a bear, as though he entered his house and rested his hand on the wall only to have a snake bite him. That's a hellish condition. Everywhere you go is judgment. Right? The New Living Translation, it says, in that day you will be like a man who runs from a lion only to meet a bear. Escaping from the bear, he leans his hand against the wall in his house and he is bitten by a snake. This is Amplified Bible. It is as if a man runs from a lion escaping one danger and a bear meets him, so he dies anyway, or goes home and leans with his hand against the wall and a snake bites him. So what that goes into is judgment and death gonna be everywhere. So that's a hellacious condition. You don't want to be tossed in that. So whatever's causing you to go astray from YAHAWASHI concerning that eyes and hand, body parts, which that's an actual person, look, hey, tell them keep it moving. I can't live like that. Because the trap's gonna be everywhere when it's judgment time. Okay? So let's go to Ezra and see. Let's go to Ezra and see how these people are gonna be shocked. Okay? When that judgment comes down. This is 2nd Ezra, right? This is 2nd Ezra. How they gonna be shocked when the judgment come down. Right? Let's go here. Right? We're going back to the 9th chapter. 2nd Ezra chapter 9. See if we can get. See if we can get. 2nd Ezra chapter 9 verse 2nd Ezra chapter 9 verse 7. And everyone that shall be saved, that shall be able to escape by his works and by faith whereby ye have believed. Verse 8. Shall be preserved from the said perils and shall see my salvation in my land and within my borders. For I have sanctified them I have sanctified them for me from the beginning. So it's already destined for the elect to escape those dangers in that judgment. It's already set. Okay? The elect is preserved. Y'all bear with me for a second. Alright. No, my nose is running, so I had I had to deal with it, you know. But let me go back. Alright, so what was I at? Verse 8, I'll read that again. It says, this second Ezra chapter 9, verse 8, shall be preserved from the said pearl, and shall see my salvation in my land and within my borders, for I have sanctified them for me from the beginning. So the elect is going to be was set up to escape all those dangers that's coming up on earth, that hell up on earth. Okay? Elect of the nation of Israel. Right? Verse 9. Then shall they be in pitiful case, which now have abused my ways. They rejected YAHAWASHI's ways, right? And they that have cast them away despitefully shall dwell in torment. So that's going to be that judgment. That's going to be that judgment. You're not going to escape it, right? So what I want to do is go to the, let me see if I can get it here. Y'all bear with me for a second. I'm going to the Good News translation, right? Sometimes we use the Good News translation. So let's see what it says in the Good News translation concerning alright. This is good. What happened? Oh, that's Satan. That's Satan. Alright. This is a Good News translation, right? It says the second Ezra chapter 9, verse what was I at? 9. It said, then those who have ignored my ways and had held them in contempt will be surprised when they find themselves in continual torment. That's it, man. They're going to be surprised, man. They're going to be shocked when they find that they left in them hellacious conditions. Right? Alright, when you look up the word surprise in regular Google, it says the feeling of shock, wonder, amaze, or amaze caused by something unexpected. That's what it is. So you think you're going to get out of it, the torment that YAHAWASHI going to bring, that hellacious condition, right? Straight judgment going to be around every corner. You're going to be shocked at you not being delivered, because you're going to be thinking that, oh, I can make it, I'm in good case. No, you're going to be dealing with unexpected judgment that the YAHAWASHI going to bring on. So I'm going to face the east. So with that, Mawasla Babylon, so Mawasla 2/3, Shalom, stay strong, search the scriptures, pray for deliverance, survive, and outlast the dumbness.
These aren't random volunteers. Ramzan Kadyrov's Akhmat units are Putin's most reliable proxies, forged in the brutal Second Chechen War and since deployed as shock troops from Syria to Ukraine. Certain media reports reveal they've already sent officers to Tehran for coordination meetings, and commanders like Abdi Aladinov have publicly boasted their men are ready to confront US forces if ordered. With combat experience against NATO gear in Donbass, these fighters specialize in urban ambushes, drone warfare, and human wave assaults. Exactly the nightmare scenario for any US landing force on Iran's coast. Moscow's calculus is simple. Send Kadyrovites to fight American troops without risking direct Russian involvement or nuclear escalation. As mentioned before, this can blur the Ukraine and Iran wars into one theater, with Chechens already reported to be sharing tactics with IRGC drone units and claiming they can cut the legs off US Marines in Hormuz choke points. Iran's million-strong mobilization gets a force multiplier. Battle-tested fighters who see the fight as holy war, while Putin maintains deniability as the US faces multi-front attrition from Gaza to the Gulf, bleeding resources across two oceans while Moscow watches from the sidelines. If Chechens deploy, the US-Iran war explodes. Oil at $200 per barrel from Hormuz chaos, NATO allies dragged in, and Russia testing American resolve across continents. No confirmed movements yet, but the signaling alone is Tehran's perfect deterrent. A warning shot that any US boots on Iranian soil could summon Putin's proxy army and turn regional escalation into worldwide fire. The real wildcard, Kadyrov himself, Putin's most loyal ally, who is always said to be available for Putin whenever required on whichever front. This all can turn a US-Iran clash into Russia's undeclared proxy war. Analysts warn even a few hundred Chechens could tip the scales. Experts in drone ambushes, suicide assaults, and holding terrain against overwhelming odds. If they land in Iran, expect viral footage of American casualties, which will further erode US domestic support for the invasion.